History books will tell you that in March 1947, 6 white men were found dead along a 3-mile stretch of road between Harlem and the Bronx. The official police report said gang violence. Case closed within 48 hours. But here's what history books won't tell you. Those 6 men died the exact same way they'd killed Big Willie Jackson 3 days earlier. Dragged behind a pickup truck for 3 miles while fully conscious. Every witness heard the same sounds: screaming, begging, bones scraping asphalt, in one voice, calm and cold. "He saved my life. You took his. Now I'm taking yours." Slowly. The voice belonged to Bumpy Johnson. What Bumpy did on March 23, 1947 sent a message so brutal that for the next 20 years, not a single white gang operated in Harlem, because they all remembered the pickup truck, the 6 ropes, and the 3-mile blood trail. Willie was born in Charleston, South Carolina in early 1942. He was working as a dockhand in Red Hook, Brooklyn, for $3 a week. One February night, 5 white dock workers cornered him in an alley. "You're taking work that belongs to white men," the leader said, pulling a knife. Willie fought back. He was 6'2", 200 pounds of muscle. He dropped 2 of them before the other 3 pulled knives. That's when Bumpy Johnson walked past. He pulled his .45 and fired 2 shots into the air. "This man works for me now. You got a problem with that?" The 5 men saw something in Bumpy's face that made them choose life. They ran. "I don't work for you," Willie said, bleeding from his arm. "You do now, because those 5 are coming back tomorrow with 10 more. Work for me and live, or stay here and die." "What kind of work?" "The kind where men like them never put their hands on you again." Willie thought for 3 seconds. "When do I start?" "Tomorrow. Small's Paradise, 6 p.m. By March 1943, Willie received his draft notice. "I want to fight," Willie said. "I want to prove I'm as good as any white man. I want to come back with medals so nobody can ever say I'm less than human." "Then you go," Bumpy said. "And when you come back you'll have a job waiting. You have my word." Willie shipped out in April 1943. He was assigned to the 92nd Infantry Division, the Buffalo Soldiers, an all-black unit commanded by white officers. Italy, April 1945. The Gothic Line. Willie's company was pinned down by German machine gun fire. 7 men wounded. No cover. The commanding officer was dead. Willie grabbed a Browning automatic rifle and charged alone at the German machine gun nest. 4 German soldiers, 1 MG-42. Willie killed all 4, 3 with the BAR, 1 with his bare hands. He saved 17 American lives that day. They gave him the Bronze Star for valor and the Purple Heart for the shrapnel in his shoulder. Willie came home in December 1946, wearing his uniform, medals on his chest, expecting America to finally see him as equal. Instead, a white woman screamed when he sat next to her on a bus. A restaurant refused to serve him. 3 cops beat him in Times Square for looking at a white woman wrong. By January 1947, Willie was sleeping in an alley behind Small's Paradise, his Bronze Star still pinned to his torn jacket. Bumpy found him there on January 17, 1940. "The hell are you doing sleeping in an alley?" "Got nowhere else to go." Bumpy pulled out $300. "Mrs. Patterson's boarding house on 139th Street. That'll cover 3 months. Tomorrow 6 p.m. You're my bodyguard now." "Why?" "Because I made you a promise in 1943. My word means something, even if America's doesn't." For 3 months, Willie worked as Bumpy's bodyguard, and Willie saved Bumpy's life 3 times. First time, a bartender at Small's tried to poison Bumpy's drink. Willie noticed the man's trembling hands and knocked the glass away before Bumpy could drink. They found rat poison in the bartender's pocket. Second time, Willie saw sunlight reflecting off a sniper scope across the street. He pulled Bumpy through a doorway. The bullet hit the doorframe exactly where Bumpy's head had been. Third time, 2 shooters ambushed them in an alley. Willie threw himself in front of Bumpy. The bullet hit Willie in the left shoulder, the same shoulder that had taken shrapnel in Italy. Willie drew his gun with his other hand and fired. The shooters ran. Then Willie's legs gave out. They got him to Dr. Silverman's place on 145th Street. By 2 a.m., Willie was stable, resting. 3 times in 3 months, Bumpy said. Willie smiled. "You counting?" "Hard not to." "What you do? Throwing yourself in front of bullets, that's not the job. You remember what you said to me in Red Hook? You said nobody would ever put their hands on me again. Nobody ever said that to me before. You gave me respect, family, purpose. So yeah, I'll take bullets for you. You matter, Willie. To me. To Harlem. I know, boss. Thank you for everything." "No, thank you, Willie." For all 3 times. Those were the last words they ever spoke. Kevin O'Malley and his crew were drinking at Sullivan's Tavern in Hell's Kitchen when Eddie Ryan walked in. "That colored you shot tonight, Bumpy's bodyguard. I know where he is. Dr. Silverman's place. No guard. bodyguards, 6 men, all white, all Irish, all filled with whiskey and hate. Kevin made a decision. Get the truck, get rope. At 3:45 a.m., they broke into Dr. Silverman's brownstone. Willie awoke to heavy boots on the stairs. The door burst open. 6 men with rope and knives. Willie fought, but his shoulder was destroyed. 6 against 1 wounded man isn't fair. Please, Willie said. I'm a veteran. I fought for this country. I saved 17 men. Kevin O'Malley picked up Willie's Bronze Star from the nightstand, examined it, then dropped it on the floor and stepped on it. You're not a veteran. You're a colored playing soldier. These medals don't mean anything. They dragged Willie to the pickup truck, tied ropes around his chest. Willie understood what was happening. No, God no. Please. Kevin started the engine. Let's see how heroic you are after 3 miles. The truck moved slowly. 4 mph. 3 miles later, they cut the rope and left Willie's destroyed body on 96th Street. At 5:53 a.m., William Big Willie Jackson died in the back of an ambulance. His last words, "Tell Bumpy, I'm sorry, I failed him." Illinois Gordon burst into Small's paradise. "Boss, it's Willie. He's dead. They found him on 96th Street. They dragged him, boss. 3 miles. Bumpy drove to Harlem Hospital, walked into the morgue, and pulled back the white sheet. Willie's body was destroyed, skin gone, muscles torn, bones visible, but his Bronze Star and Purple Heart were still in his jacket pocket. Bent, crushed, but there. Bumpy pulled out the Bronze Star and held it in his palm. 6 men had stepped on it, had told Willie it meant nothing. His hands were shaking. Not from fear, from rage. Illinois was waiting with a folder. You got names, 6 of them. Kevin O'Malley's crew from Hell's Kitchen. 6 photographs. Kevin O'Malley, Eddie Ryan, Sean Murphy, Patrick Doyle, Michael Burns, Connor Walsh. Where are they now? Sullivan's Tavern. All 6 drinking, celebrating. Get me a pickup truck. Black, same make as theirs. And get me 15 men. We're going to Hell's Kitchen tonight. Boss, if you do this, if I do this, Willie's death means something. It means every gang in New York learns that Harlem protects its own. The police called Willie a gang member and closed his case in 4 hours. So we handle this the Harlem way. 2 days after Willie's murder, 3 black Cadillacs rolled down 10th Avenue at 11:45 p.m., headlights off. They stopped in front of Sullivan's Tavern. 15 men stepped out. Illinois Gordon walked to the front door with a crowbar. 2 hits, the lock shattered. Inside, 6 men scrambled for their weapons. Too slow. 90 seconds later, they were on the floor, hands tied, mouths gagged, eyes wide with terror. Bumpy Johnson walked in. He stood in the center, looked at each man, then pulled out Willie's Bronze Star. You know what this is? This belonged to William Jackson. He earned it in Italy, saved 17 American lives. He came home expecting America to treat him like a hero. Instead, 3 days ago, you dragged him through the streets like an animal. He knelt in front of Kevin. He begged you to stop, showed you his medals, and you stepped on his Bronze Star and told him it meant nothing. Kevin was crying. Tonight you're going to feel exactly what Willie felt. Every mile, every second. Willie died alone, but you won't be alone. 6 of you, 6 ropes, 1 truck. You'll watch each other die, hear each other scream, and understand exactly what you took from me. They dragged the 6 men to the black Ford pickup waiting in the alley. Same make, same model as the one they'd used on Willie. 6 ropes, 6 bodies tied to the bumper, all conscious, all terrified. Bumpy climbed into the driver's seat. Willie saved my life 3 times. You murdered him for being a hero, for refusing to accept that his medals meant nothing. Now I'm going to show you what those medals meant to me, to Harlem, to everyone who saw Willie Jackson as a brother. He put the truck in gear. It started moving. 4 mile powerf, from Hell's Kitchen, toward Harlem. 6 bodies dragging behind. 6 men screaming, the sound of flesh scraping asphalt, the smell of blood filling the air. At 14th Street, people appeared in windows. Word spread. Bumpy Johnson's dragging someone through the streets. Not someone. 6 someones. At 34th Street, the crowd grew. Dozens watching from windows, fire escapes, doorways. Nobody called the police. They knew what this was. They knew why. At 96th Street, the exact spot where Willie died, Bumpy stopped. He got out, walked to the back. 6 bodies. 4 still breathing. 2 already gone. Kevin O'Malley was alive. Barely. His eyes open but unfocused. Bumpy knelt beside him, held Willie's Bronze Star, in front of Kevin's face. You feel that? Every second of that? That's what Willie felt while you laughed. Kevin tried to speak. Blood filled his throat. Bumpy stood, pulled out 6 typed cards. He pinned one to each body. William Big Willie Jackson, Bronze Star, Purple Heart, 92nd Infantry Division, Buffalo Soldiers, murdered March 20th, 1947. This is justice. Harlem remembers. Then he placed Willie's Bronze Star on Kevin O'Malley's chest. Promise kept, Willie. Nobody puts their hands on you again. He walked back to the truck, got in, drove away, left 6 bodies on 96th Street. Same spot, same 3-mile route, same 4 miles an hour. Justice delivered. By sunrise, every gang in New York knew.
6 white men dragged to death. Same method they'd used on Willie Jackson. The NYPD investigation lasted 6 hours. Official report: 6 unidentified white males. Cause of death: severe trauma. No witnesses, no suspects. Gang violence. Case closed. Even the police understood what Kevin O'Malley's crew had done was so evil that Bumpy's revenge was the only justice Willie would ever receive. The message spread through New York: touch Bumpy Johnson's family, and you don't just die, you suffer first, publicly, exactly the way you made them suffer. For the next 20 years, from 1947 to 1967, no white gang operated in Harlem, not one. Because they all remembered the pickup truck, the 6 ropes, and what happens when you touch Bumpy Johnson's family. Over 2,000 people attended Willie's funeral at Abyssinian Baptist Church. Veterans came, men from the 92nd Infantry who'd fought alongside Willie in Italy, Harlem residents who'd never met Willie but understood what he represented. Reverend Adam Clayton Powell Jr. delivered the eulogy. William Jackson fought for a country that didn't love him back. He came home with medals, believing his sacrifice would earn him equality. Instead, he came home to hatred, to violence. But William Jackson did not die unavenged. He did not die forgotten. At Woodlawn Cemetery, after everyone left, Bumpy stood alone at the grave. He placed 3 things on the casket: Willie's Bronze Star, Willie's Purple Heart, and a letter. Willie, you saved my life 3 times. I couldn't save yours, but I made sure they paid. All 6. Every mile, every second. You came home to a country that didn't deserve you, but you found a family that did. Rest easy, brother. Nobody will ever forget your name, Bumpy. As dirt covered the casket, Bumpy whispered, 3 times you said not today. This time I said it for you. William Big Willie Jackson saved 17 American soldiers at the Gothic Line in Italy, April 1945. Saved Bumpy Johnson's life 3 times in Harlem, January to March 1947. And when 6 men murdered him for being a hero, Bumpy Johnson made sure the entire city understood what that cost. One night, 6 men dragged 3 miles, hundreds of witnesses, 0 arrests. Justice delivered.